Download this code from codegib.com, link in the description below. Creating an animation sequence using CML, character markup language, in GIMP, GNU image manipulation program, can be a powerful way to create frame-by-frame animations. However, it's important to note that GIMP itself does not natively support CML. Instead, you would typically use a series of images for animation and GIMP's built-in features to manipulate these images. Here's a tutorial on how to create a simple sequence animation using GIMP and a basic CML-like approach to structure your animation frames. Step-by-step tutorial on creating an animation in GIMP. Step 1. Prepare your frames. 1. Create your frames. Use GIMP to create each frame of your animation. You can do this by creating a new image, File New, and drawing each frame on a separate layer. 2. Export your frames. Alternatively, if you have a series of images, ensure they're in a format GIMP supports, like PNG or JPG. Step 2. Load frames into GIMP. 1. Open GIMP. 2. Import your frames. If you have individual files for each frame, you can load them as layers. Go to File, Open as Layers. Select all your frame images. GIMP will load each image as a separate layer. Step 3. Organize your layers. 1. Arrange layers. Ensure that your layers are in the correct order for animation. Top layer is the first frame, bottom layer is the last frame. 2. Rename layers. For better organization, you can rename layers. Right-click on a layer and choose Rename Layer. Step 4. Set frame durations. 1. Set layer durations. GIMP uses the layer names to determine the duration of each frame. You can specify the duration in the layer name. For example, Frame 1, 100 milliseconds. Frame 2, 200 milliseconds. Frame 3, 100 milliseconds. This means Frame 1 will display for 100 milliseconds, Frame 2 for 200 milliseconds, and so forth. Step 5. Preview your animation. 1. Preview the animation. To see how your animation looks, you can use the following method. Go to Filters, Animation Playback. A window will open, allowing you to play your animation. Step 6. Export your animation. 1. Export as GIF. When you're satisfied with your animation, go to File, Export As. Choose GIF image as the file type. In the export options, make sure to check as animation and set the frame delay if you want a consistent speed regardless of layer name durations. Click Export. Example code like structure, pseudocode. While GIMP does not directly utilize CML, here's a pseudocode representation of how you might structure your frames conceptually. Conclusion. This tutorial provides a basic overview of how to create an animated sequence in GIMP using layers and frame duration settings. While GIMP does not directly support CML, the organizational structure of the frames mimics a similar approach. You can create complex animations by using multiple layers and adjusting the timing for each frame accordingly. Feel free to explore more advanced GIMP features or external plugins for more complex animations and effects.